It's the late 2000s and people are dancing on the streets and in jails because of what? The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, a series so massive that if you were an anime fan between 2006 and 2010, this series was unavoidable. Even Peppa Pig tried to cash in on the clout. You got alien crickets, sci-fi battles, time travelers, and a camp rock concert. Wait, what the hell is this show about? The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya takes that one Ariana Grande song and makes it an anime. Here, God is a high school girl with homework and attention span issues. Hearing this plot, you think, how can this be pulled off? But suddenly, the show gets strange. Flowers bloom early and a stray cat is talking.
Stop talking and get on with it.
This girl really is a... Haruhi is an eccentric girl with an interest in the supernatural. Dates, malls, keeping the same hairstyle, that's all boring stuff. Haruhi is looking for things like aliens, espers, and time travelers. But unknown to her, all three of these are her fellow club members. And also unknown to her is the fact that she's a god. This leads to a bunch of outlandish comical moments. Haruhi doesn't know what she's capable of and bends reality on a whim, so her friends bust their heads just to keep the world safe. Baseball tournaments turn into attempts at not breaking world records. Vacations turn into Sherlock Holmes style murder mysteries, and a girl's teenage angst could lead to the world ending. This anime isn't normal. It even breaks the rule of having a likable main character because when it comes to Haruhi, she's a fucking cunt. She's selfish, abusive, a blackmailer, a bully, a cop blocker, and a fucking terrorist. Grandpa! There's 28 episodes in this show and she's cool in about 2 of them. So with that said, how the hell did this series get so popular? Haruhi premiered in 2006 when anime fans were like this instead of how they were now. Haruhi makes all the stuff that those guys were into in one show. Girls in bunny costumes and maid outfits, a Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney reference, a space battle that looks like Legend of the Galactic Heroes with a censored Gundam popping out. This anime doubled down on what it meant to be a late 2000s anime fan while having an identity of its own, and that identity is alluring. When Haruhi first dropped, the episodes were out of order. You'd watch this anime 1 week seeing this,
because whether you care about it or not, I really do want you to die.
and next week you're looking at this.
So, you want a duel?
The season 2 drop and you get one of the most hated arcs in all of anime, the Endless 8. An arc where characters are in a time loop and repeat the same events over and over again. This arc was 8 episodes and each episode was the same one with just different clothes and camera angles. For 8 weeks, 2 months, fans saw the same sequence over and over again. While instances like this would definitely be annoying to experience at the time, in hindsight, these controversial decisions add to the appeal of this series. You hear about this stuff and get interested in how the hell they were able to get away with this. But controversy aside, Haruhi also owes its popularity to a bit of luck. This series came out at the advent of video streaming. It came out a year after YouTube was created and the same year as a site called Nico Nico Doga, which is basically Japanese YouTube. Fans of this anime created YouTube poops and mad videos, which are satirical video mashups that I can't watch for over 3 seconds. Clips from the show were popular too, with a performance scene having over 120 million views. That's some pop star numbers right there. But what took this series to the next level is the Hare Hare Yuaki dance. People would mimic the dance from the first season's ending and break out into flash mobs in public and at anime conventions. It would become so popular that conventions were offering classes on it, and as you saw earlier, even prisoners were doing it. So with how massive this anime was, how did it end up becoming an anime only boomers remember? To some fans, the answer lies behind the voice of Haruhi. In 2006, Aya Hirano had it all: talents, looks, and a legion of anime nerds all in love with her. After voicing Haruhi, the sky was the limit, and Aya knew it. Aya would slowly transition from an anime voice actor to a full-blown idol. She would start focusing on music and appearing on Japanese talk shows. On one of the talk shows, Aya made the great mistake of saying that she has a dating life. Anime nerds and neckbeards were pissed. She's a narcissistic bitch who resents what made her famous. She's a poser who wants to be accepted for all the wrong reasons. She represents everything that's wrong with girls. If I sound harsh, too bad. That's the truth. This is a motherfucker from America talking like this. Can you imagine how the motherfuckers in Japan reacted? They were fuming. Fans went ballistic, CDs, posters, all destroyed. Even the Haruhi figures didn't make it through this tragedy. Backlash against Hirano was so bad that it even led to death threats being sent. The word "die" was written 67,000 times on her Wikipedia page, and someone was even arrested for their threats. But with all this said, this isn't even the disaster that people say ended the anime. In July 2011, a Japanese tabloid published an article saying Aya was fired from her label for sleeping with all of her band members, except the bassist. I saw this and said, all I gotta do to get a baddie is pick up an instrument? Well, I never thought that it'd be so simple, but I found a way. Yo, look how much I made from being out here. This ain't even American money, but we're still up right now.
Didn't you come here for something else?
Miss, excuse me, I play guitar. Alright, no more kidding around. You guys are probably wondering how something like this could end anything. Kim Kardashian threw it back on camera and got a show, so I did a couple of photos and an anime. They didn't. The idea this scandal ended this anime is more cat than an insecure motherfucker with a receding hairline. God damn! Although the scandal was a nail in the coffin for her idol career, Aya was and still is enjoying a fruitful career in voice acting and theater. Since the incident, she's voice acted as Lucy from Fairy Tail, Migi from Parasite, and that green midget from Dragon Ball. She's been killing it with her theater performances, had her first tour in 11 years, and got married. But despite doing so well, she recently came on and said that she still receives death threats.
Shut the fuck up in 2024!
Even with all this though, Aya remains positive and has said she's the happiest she's ever been. She's voiced in multiple Haruhi projects, including a spin-off anime, and makes appearances at the anime's events. So this scandal ain't stopped shit. So if this overblown scandal isn't why Haruhi hasn't made a comeback, what is? To answer that, we need to talk about money. The cost of making anime is expensive. I'm talking a milli. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. To mitigate the risk of this venture, animes have what's called a production committee. Production committees help with the financing of an anime and in return get ownership and rights to profit from the anime's revenue streams. A merch company could be a part of a production committee to make money from clothes, figures, you get the idea. On the production committee for the Haruhi anime, a notable member is the Kadokawa company, and the reason for us not getting a season 3 lies with them. When the Haruhi light novel dropped, the creator Tanigawa was writing with a fire under his ass.
My biscuits are burning!
I'm talking about books written back to back to back. The anime drops and becomes a phenomenon, and sales are through the roof. 4 million light novels were sold, DVDs were jumping out the stores, and people were buying a damn anime soundtrack. Everyone involved was eating, and they were eating good. But in 2007, things had changed for the light novel. Tanigawa was no longer as consistent as before, with the next entry in the series coming out in 2011. Between this time, the anime got a second season, some spin-offs, and a banger movie. But even a successful, critically acclaimed movie wasn't enough to prevent this series from dwindling out. From 2011 to 2020, Tanigawa went on hiatus. With nothing from the source material, the franchise lost its backbone, and this is where Kadokawa comes into play. Kadokawa publishes the Haruhi source material. They fund the anime, people like it, spend money on the light novels, and Kadokawa gets their money. So the big question is, will they make more money funding another season? Yes. Fuck yes. Are you fucking stupid? This anime will make money off the nostalgia alone. The better question is, why just make more money when you can make hella money? As it stands now, there's enough for about 2 more seasons of Haruhi. But what happens after? If they draw something new, they bring this series back from the grave for a hoorah with an expiration date. And even Jesus only rose from the dead once. You bring this series back just to have it disappear again, you risk losing hype and momentum when it's time for another go. But imagine, you announce this series is coming back with the full shebang. Novels, music, dumb TikTok dances, an actual ending. The series is revived and you got an infinite money glitch. If some guy on YouTube is thinking like this, imagine how the rich motherfuckers in the Kadokawa offices are thinking. And all this can actually happen, but one piece is missing. Ateketo yune wo kakiyatsume. Nah, I'ma stop playing. Tanigawa. That's the missing piece. Tanigawa. If Tanigawa could come back to writing this series consistently, the funders of the series could see a chance at the big bucks and we can get a revival. But that's all for this video. Ayy!